Happy Friday. I want to welcome each of you to the 42nd Annual Police Community Relations Awards Program. My name's Alex Giles. I'm an anchor and reporter at WBTV. I'm also proud to work with the CMPD's Crime Stoppers program, and I'm honored to be a member of the CMPD's Crime Stoppers board. Each year, the Community Relations Committee recognizes individual police officers from CMPD who have gone above and beyond to improve police community relations. The Police Community Relations Rewards program would not be possible without the generous financial support of our sponsors. We want to extend our deepest thanks and gratitude to all of our event sponsors. That includes Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Foundation, Truist, Food Lion LLC, Piedmont Natural Gas, WBTV, Brunette and Noble Fund, the Carolina Panthers, Charlotte Mecklenburg Crime Stoppers, CPI Security Systems, Fast Signs, and Sonatrol Security Services. So round of applause for all of our sponsors that made this evening possible. And once again, thank you all for being here. How's everybody feeling tonight? It is Friday evening, right? We want to recognize the extraordinary work of these men and women who protect and serve our communities. Before we bring greetings, we would like to ask Reverend Peter M. Wary of Mayfield Memorial Baptist Church to deliver the invocation. So, Reverend, if you could join us on the stage.
So I've been asked to do invocations for the last 40 years as a pastor. And each time I've often wondered since seminary why one does it, because the Latin of the word invocation is invocare, which means to summon a deity. The deity is already here. So would you go with me just for a few moments? And let's do this invocation differently. Just where you are, would you just think out loud? That is to say, think silently if you choose, and out loud if you choose, about one thing that makes you feel safe. It is given that our officers do this, but there are other things in your life that make you feel safe. Think, be mindful of that for just a few moments. Would you do it? Psalm 27, verse 1b says, "Unless the Lord keeps the city, the watchman wakes in vain." Holy One, thank you. You know your children. You've heard our needs. Do what only you can, even as you protect those who work daily with their lives on the line to make these things reality. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. At this time, we'd like to introduce Mayor Vi Lyles, followed by County Commission Chair George Dunlap, who will bring greetings on behalf of the city of Charlotte and Mecklenburg County.
Thank you, Alec. And thank you all for being here tonight and this evening as we welcome back our annual community celebration of officers in this wonderful city and county as they begin to really do and make a difference. You know, this is the opportunity that we have personally at our tables as a community as a whole to express our appreciation for those who've made outstanding contributions to police community relations. You know, we've gone through 2 years of a COVID pandemic, one of the most difficult times that we had. And many of us had to stay at home or had to work remotely from home, but not the members of our law enforcement community, not the members of CMPD. Each of them had to come out every day, every night, every shift to make it possible for this city to be safe and a good place for all of us to have. And that in itself is a recognition of the commitment to being a law enforcement officer in the city. And for that, I say thank you and really appreciate. So one of the other things that I think about during this time is that even with those 2 years, we have come back. And as we have come back, we've done it with the way that I like to think we would be, each and every one of us. One, they've come back with dignity and respect, and it was like they never missed a beat. Now, I'm not saying everything is perfect in our community, but I can only imagine what imperfection would be like without CMPD officers. And so we know. Now, I want to say this, and it's because I know what it means to have a strong family support. And so while we're going to recognize a number of officers, I want to recognize their families. Because when we ask you to take that oath to protect and to serve, to solve the next crime, it's because your time and effort has to be so deeply focused on what you're doing that by the time you get home at night, I bet sometimes, you just want to walk into the house, close the door, and just sit. But you have responsibilities to others. Now, I know some of you have responsibilities because you've got some beautiful daughters and you have to worry about them all the time, whether they're going to have a date. I see him sitting right over there. I already told him he has to get the lock and key for the bedroom. But what I want to say is that the support that you give to the officers makes it possible for them to give that same support to their families. And without that support from the family, where would we be? So I want to thank every member of every family that's here tonight and those that are not for allowing these men and women to serve our community. And I want you all to give them a big hand. And finally, I want to also recognize that sometimes you have to read the newspaper and it's not always what you want to see. So you can either stop reading the newspaper or you can do something even more deeper than that. Read it and understand that they may not comprehend what people have to live with every day. And our officers are like the newspaper. They have to understand where we are every day, every neighborhood, every assignment that they have to have. And so when I read the newspaper and I read about CMPD, I always think, what was that officer thinking at the time? Because that's what's going to make a difference. That encounter and how does it work? What is it going to mean? And does it leave us with a place where our community understands that we are going to treat people with dignity and respect? And I think that every officer understands that so very well. So again, I want to also do a couple of other things. I want to recognize, I know that the chief is going to be here, but Chief, we want to recognize your leadership. I get to travel around this country a lot. And when I tell you we have the best chief, we have the best chief. And let's just recognize that and understand it takes leadership, devotion, and understanding. And Chief Jennings, you give us all of that and more. Thank you very much. I'd also like to recognize members of the Charlotte City Council. I think we have two people here, Greg Phipps and Dimple Ajmira. Now, the city manager recommends a budget, and then we get to take credit for 9% raises, y'all. So I just want you to know that. So while he recommends that, and we'll vote on it, and we want you to know that that's representative of what we understand that you're going to be doing and fulfilling for us as a community, as a group and an organization. I also want to recognize that we collaborate and we have partnerships here. Jerry, and I want to say Chief McFadden. Did I tell you sheriff or chief? Detective McFadden. How many of you knew him when he was a detective and he had a TV show? Yeah, I did. So Sheriff McFadden, thank you for being here, because I have seen you today, all day during this end of memorial period, and I've seen officers walking up to you and leaning in, and you've been leaning in with them. So thank you for what you do as well. I also recognize that when we are here in Charlotte, we're not alone with other people that help us govern. So I want to recognize that we have people here that are running for office and people that are currently in office, and I want them to stand and be recognized as well. Senator Waddell, thank you very much for what you do for us in Raleigh, and we really appreciate that, so thank you very much. So my work is done. One, I love you guys. And guys is like, you know, guys and gals, but I love you guys. I know that there's great appreciation in this room for you, and I hope you feel it today. I hope you felt it all this week. And now I'd like to recognize County Commission Chair George Dunlap. Don't even sit down, George, just come on up.
So if it was anybody else other than the mayor calling me out, I might have something to say. First of all, let me say good evening to all of you and to welcome you to this event. I tell you, I come each year not with a prepared statement, because every year it's different. Every year I get a different feel for what's happening here. You know, as I reflect on the past year, I think about all of the sacrifices and commitment that our law enforcement officers have made. Sometimes we tend to forget that they're just not police officers in the city of Charlotte, but they have a responsibility all across Mecklenburg County. And it's a large county, the second largest county in the state, the 9th largest state in the country. And so I'm extremely proud of the fact that the men and women of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department serve not just the citizens of Charlotte, but the citizens throughout Mecklenburg County. And so it is in that vein that I bring you greetings on behalf of the more than 1.1 million citizens of Mecklenburg County. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you both. At this time, we want to turn the program over to Dolores Reed Smith, Vice Chair of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Community Relations Committee, who will share with you some history and highlights about the awards program.
The Police Community Relations Awards was established in 1979. It expresses the community's appreciation to police officers who have made outstanding contributions to the improvement of police community relations. It encourages officers to do their duties and their daily performances to further the understanding of the joint role of citizens and police officers in promoting public safety and fighting crime. It rewards officers who have advanced creative solutions to neighborhood problems, demonstrated extraordinary efforts in the area of crime prevention, and their involvement in helping neighborhoods handle special needs of problems. And this year, during our interviews of the police officers, we were drawn to tears for the efforts that some of these officers put in every single day. And we don't hear about it. And we are fortunate in interviewing them just to hear some of the wonderful things that they're doing within Mecklenburg County in the city of Charlotte. During the past 41 years, Charlotte-Mecklenburg communities have nominated more than 5,000 law enforcement officers, 548 of which have been recognized with police community awards. The program is made possible through the generous sponsorship of local businesses, individuals, and organizations. Nominations are made by citizens in their patrol areas, Charlotte-Mecklenburg personnel, students, groups, and individuals. We were able to host a very small police community relations awards last year due to the pandemic. Our panel of judges are all members of the Police Community Relations Award and Engagement Subcommittee. We will recognize and honor 16 recipients this year. Donna Morrell, the Community Relations staff and event coordinator of tonight's event, received $52,000 in sponsorship donations. Please give our sponsors a hand. Thank you.
Thank you, Dolores. Before we announce the 2022 recipients, we want to recognize the 2021 Police Community Relations Awards winners. So if you're here this evening, please stand to be recognized. Officer Michael Blackwell, Officer Calvin Davis, Officer Bruce Edwards, Lieutenant LeBron Evans, Officer Beth Jackson, Officer Deidre John, Officer Adrian Johnson, Officer Robert Rendon, Sergeant David McCallum, Officer Michael Wynn, Officer James Russell, Officer Brian Sudamak. Let's have a round of applause for our 2021 awards recipients. There's one more thing that we'd like to do before we get to our award winners for this year. If we could we please take a brief moment of silence in memory of Officers Julio Herrera and Officer Mia Goodwin. Thank you. I'm going to be assisted on stage now by Dolores again. I'm sorry that you have to climb the stairs one more time. She's the chair of the Police Community Relations Awards and Engagement Subcommittee, or standing in at least for the evening to help pass out some of the awards. Officers, when your name is called, please come up to accept your award in envelope. Remain standing on stage as we share the community's recognition of your contribution towards community policing. I was told to give specific instructions, so come up on the side that Dolores is coming up. You do not have to rush. Once you get your award, stand for a photo, then you go down the other side of the stage. We're also going to have our sponsored presenters come up. Same instructions this side, stand for the photo, and then off that side. That being said, our first award recipient for 2022, Officer Guillermo Alviar. The presenter, Nicholas Hunt from Piedmont Natural Gas. All right, give him one more round of applause now. Each officer has a special message. It's tough going first, man. I apologize. Congratulations, though. Exactly. Stay there for a brief moment. Each officer has a special message. Officer Alviar says, part of my job as a police officer is to know the community I serve, understand the city of Charlotte that has a rich and diverse community that comes from different backgrounds and different walks of life, and learn how to address these issues and offer resources to those in need. It's a wonderful message. Congratulations, sir. Our next award recipient, Officer Stephen Brannan from the Independence Division. The presenter, Madalena Fordham of Food Line. Congratulations, sir. A message from Officer Brannan. Police community relations is like community policing. It is the best way to coordinate strategies that would best provide services and build trust in areas that may not have much trust in the police. Also referred to as building bridges. Hopefully closing the gap on misconception and miscommunication. This is a perfect example of what our mission here at CMPD thrives on focusing on. Congratulations, Officer Brannan. Our next 2022 recipient, Officer Ashley Brown of the Hickory Grove Division. She might also win Loudest Cheer of the Evening. The presenting sponsor, Sarah Pozos from the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Foundation. She's going to join you for the photo here in just a brief second. The message from Officer Brown. My goal is to reach community members from our youth to our elderly and build relationships. I believe that positive interaction with our community members, sharing new experiences, and speaking from personal experiences creates strong, long-lasting bonds, resulting in trust, crime reduction, and personal success. Congratulations, Officer Brown. Our next recipient, Officer Mackenzie Jenzio of the North Division. I'm told she could not be here tonight. Is anyone here to accept this officer's award in her place? Awesome. A message from Officer Jenzio. She's in Washington, D.C., part of the National Police Week events. She says, we will only gain public trust by supporting and respecting the community values and principles already in place. We learn nothing or establish any meaningful connection when we only react to what has just occurred. Community policing is establishing those connections, building trust, and preventing crime before it starts. Give it up for Officer Jenzio. Again, she's in Washington, D.C. this week. Presenting sponsor. There's no sponsor listed for this one. She tried to catch me slipping. Congratulations to Officer Jenzio once more. Our next recipient, Officer Derek Freeman of the Eastway Division. Ooh, we might have a new leader for the Cheer Award. Marty Cuthbertson from Charlotte Crime Stoppers is presenting this award. A message from Officer Freeman. He says, in the community coordinator position, I quickly found that engaging and interacting with members of the Charlotte community, identifying issues and using established partnerships to work together in solving issues effectively is my true calling. Police community relations is essential to public safety profession, so I am extremely thankful to be in this position. I think everyone's extremely thankful to have you in that position as well. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Our next recipient is Officer Jamie Garden from the Independence Division. Our presenting sponsor, Truist, with Ms. Ray Glover. I know you were so eager to give this one out. A message from Officer Garman. Police community relations is a huge part of policing. Getting to know the people in our community and how we can better serve them is essential. Spending time to show you actually care is the biggest key. Policing is not always charging people. Sometimes it's helping families you serve to get in a better place. Congratulations. Our next recipient is Officer James Gilliland from the Providence Division. Presenting sponsor, WBTV, Amaya Majette. A message here from Officer Gilliland. My position as a community coordinator is a true liaison to residents and businesses throughout my area. I believe that when we build a strong relationship with leaders and stakeholders of the neighborhood, we build trust to be used when challenges arise. Residents appreciate the familiar, friendly face at an event or meeting, not just an officer showing up because they were assigned to do so. Congratulations, sir. I had specific instructions about this last name, so let's see if I can hit the nail on the head here. Our next recipient, Lieutenant Stephen Iabelli. Did I get it, Stephen? He's from the Community Engagement Division. Barbara Ashford from P&G is our presenting sponsor for this. A message from Lieutenant Iabelli. I have a passion for service and enjoy what I do as a trusting member of CMPD. My personal and professional goals are to make positive impressions in the life of everyone I come in contact with, especially our youth. Congratulations. Our next recipient is Captain Ryan Kendall of the North Division. You know you don't get to keep both awards, right? I'm only joking. Presenting sponsor is Billy Phillips from Food Lion. A message from Captain Kendall. The key to success in police community relationships is perspective. When police and the community seek to understand each other's perspective, the routine encounter is eliminated, personal relationships are formed, and personal relationships will ultimately lead to an increase in cooperation in any endeavor. Congratulations, Captain Kendall. Our next recipient is Officer Nicholas Mack from the Metro Division. Presenting sponsor, Scott Harris from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Foundation. I'm sorry, man. Hey, you should still come up here because I have to read Officer Mack's message. There we go. You do not get to keep it. I'm sorry. We'll make sure Officer Mack gets it. A message for Officer Nicholas Mack. Due to the enormous volume of calls for service, many of those calls are limited in the amount of investment that can be given. To me, the essence of police community relations comes afterward with the follow-up or spontaneous opportunity to visit the location in order to check on the citizen. Give it up for Officer Mack. Officer Lakia Monroe from the Metro Division. Presenting sponsor Marty Cuthbertson from the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Crime Stoppers. Marty, it sounds like you got fans out here. A message from Officer Monroe. Police community relations is police officers building relationships with members of the communities they serve. This goes beyond the call for service and shows community members that police are not only called upon for emergencies. Developing long-lasting relationships with community members is important and shows that we care. Congratulations, Officer Monroe. Our next recipient, Lieutenant Gilberto Narbaez from the Eastway Division. Presenting sponsor, once again, Amaya Majette from WBTV. A message from the lieutenant. Our role in community relations as a police agency should be focused on guidance, education, and support. The goal is to foster resilient community members who are willing to work with one another and seeking ways to resolve problems they are facing today and develop strategies to ensure a better future for all. Congratulations, Lieutenant. Our next recipient is Lieutenant Richard Nelson of the Metro Division. Presenting sponsor, Kristen Calucci from Sonatrol. Is Sonatrol here? Kristen Calucci, is she here? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I missed you. You must have been real stealthy. A message. I think it's so cool that as a police officer, I have the ability to help people. Placing handcuffs on a person and taking them to jail is easy, but making a positive impact on someone's life is forever. For me, it's rewarding when I see a youth that is headed down the wrong path, and I'm able to pull them into one of our programs and help them in the right direction in life. Congratulations, sir. Our next recipient is Officer Carolyn Prather of the Metro Division. Presenting sponsor is Nicholas Hunt from P&G. A message from Officer Prather. Police community relations are the partnerships that we form to create trust and build relationships. Strong relationships are essential to all police departments because law enforcement can't be effective without them. Being responsive, transparent, and working to find solutions to the issues that divide us are important to strengthening these relationships. Congratulations. We're down to the final two. Officer Peter Rangolan of the Eastway Division. Presenting sponsor, Madalena Fordham of Food Lion. They got the paparazzi out here for you, man. A message from Officer Rangolan. Police community relations to me means being honest, transparent, caring, informative, supportive, and maintaining an open line of communication with our community members and business partners. This will allow our police community relationship to grow stronger over time while simultaneously building stronger and safer communities within the city of Charlotte. Congratulations, sir. Our final recipient, 2022, Officer William Smith from the Hickory Grove Division. Presenting sponsor Sarah Pozos from the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Foundation. Officer Smith's message. My primary goal while interacting with the public is to be a good human being and leave citizens with a positive impression of our department and the law enforcement profession. Every shift, my hope is that citizen by citizen, I can shape the perception of policing in America. Beautiful statement. Congratulations, Officer Smith. Can we have a round of applause for all of our 2022 recipients? Yes, yes. Congratulations. Thank you for all that you do to protect and serve our communities. We've got more awards to hand out. Police Community Relations Young Leaders Award. We have 2 recipients, 2 people being honored and recognized for this achievement tonight. They're from the community. They're being recognized for their leadership, advocacy, and innovative ideas that help strengthen relationships between CMPD and the Charlotte Mecklenburg community. Once again, when I call your name, please come to the stage to get your reward. These young leaders both work hard to transform the lives of people in the Charlotte community. They've worked faithfully along CMPD to truly make a difference. Our first Young Leader Award recipient is Devon Fields. Devon is a 16-year-old participant in CMPD's REACH program. As a student at Cato Middle College High School, Devon is taking part in the dual enrollment program where he's finishing the rest of his high school classes while also taking college courses. Dang, man. He has been an active participant in the CMPD Explorers program for the past 3 years. Next year, Devon plans to apply for the CMPD Cadet program, then move on to the Police Training Academy to become a sworn officer with the CMPD. Devon has a passion for helping people and wants to affect change in the law enforcement community. He looks forward to beginning his career as a police officer with the CMPD. Congratulations, Devon. Give him a round of applause. Our second recipient for this award is Zaire Taylor. Which one of you is Zaire? Wow. Zaire is a member of CMPD's youth program where she exhibits the true meaning of the program's name, REACH, respect, engage, accountability, character, honesty. The program is designed to build positive relationships between the youth, police officers, and their community by actively engaging them through mentoring, life skills, leadership, and career development. Zaire has truly taken a firm grasp of this opportunity, and she continues to work hard to develop the best version of herself while encouraging others to do the same. During the spring of 2021, the REACH program formed a collaboration with ROC, Rebuilding Opportunities Through Construction, which is a program designed to expose students to career opportunities found in the carpentry, electrical, HVAC, and construction management fields. The marriage of these two programs, REACH and ROC, was an excellent opportunity for Zaire to showcase her abilities to take on new challenges with a positive attitude in an applied learning classroom work environment. Zaire displayed a strong thirst for learning, which motivated the overall engagement experience in all that participated. Please give a big round of applause to Zaire Taylor and her entourage. I think we all need a friend or family member like that. At this time, I want to introduce our very own police chief, Chief Johnny Jennings, from the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. Following Chief Jennings, we'll have Willie Ratchford, the Executive Director of Charlotte-Mecklenburg Community Relations. He'll deliver our closing remarks. And then we will have Grammy-nominated songwriter and producer Alvin Garrett and the Cats Band to take us out with an evening of celebration. That's going to be a lot of fun. One message before we close this out. Could all of the officers come back up at the very end after our closing remarks? We want to get final pictures, and we want to make sure you guys get posters that are custom made that have your pictures on them. Very, very cool. One more thing to go off script. I know you're eager. Could Donna Morell please stand up real quick? For those of you that don't know, Donna is the one who makes this event happen every single year. I think the best way to say this is that this year, there was a lot that had to happen to make it happen this year. And Donna did a fantastic job, as always. I think she deserves a huge round of applause. A beautiful event, as always. All right, Chief.
Finally. Don, I have to say the same thing. It gets better every year. Thank you so much for what you do. Mayor. Thank you for those words. Thank God the city manager's here. I have an evaluation coming up in a couple months. All right, so he heard that. We're going to bring that back up. So I'm going to say I was a recipient of this award several years ago. Jabril Huff in the back, thank you for nominating me. Thank you so much. I'm going to tell you, I've moved offices probably 15 times since I've gotten that award. And every time I move offices, the first thing I look for is a place to put that plaque. That's one of the most important awards to me, because it entails what we do within the community, what means so much to every single one of these officers here. And that's important when we start talking about how do we become successful as a law enforcement agency in doing our jobs. And it has to be that partnership that we build with the community. I tell people, this is our People's Choice Awards, right? So this is nominated, you're nominated, and you're chosen by people outside of our own agency. And that's what means so much and makes it so real. And the officers, if you ask them what's the one award that you want to take home one day, and it would be sitting in this room, enjoying this meal. Are my chicken wings packed up? So enjoying this meal and being able to come up in this great celebration. And every year I come, it's just better and better. And I look forward to it. It's been an exhausting week. National Police Week. It's been exhausting. We've had so many events going on, so many things to recognize our officers. And it's so great to be able to get back out and have crowds of people that we can get in front of and display the greatness that we have within our agency. A lot of people don't know, and it's been lost kind of in the messaging over the years. This is the 30th year of formalized community policing in Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, started in the Charlotte Police Department. 30 years. I think that is something that is amazing. Yes, thank you. And every year, every chief takes it to another level. puts their own spin on it and does it a different way. But every year we come here, this is the 42nd, so we've been doing this 41 years. I wasn't even born yet, so, all right. Come on, McFadden, I see you. But this is fantastic. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to stand here. Again, this wraps up our National Police Week. Not to discount any of the other events, we're saving the best for last, right? So congratulations to all the recipients, and God bless. Thank you so much.
Willie? Thank you, Chief. And once again, we're bringing up Willie Ratchford, Executive Director of Charlotte-Mecklenburg Community Relations.
Thank you, sir. So, a minute ago, Chief Jennings made a joke about chicken wings, but he was really serious. You all, this is a true story. I promise you, this is a true story. When we had the program last year, Sandy called us to let us know to decide if the chief was coming or not. And she said, Willie, are you having chicken wings? And we said, yes. And she said, he will be there. So y'all fix my chief some chicken wings. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. You all could have been in other places doing other things tonight, but you chose to be here for this special event. And before I close you out, the one thing that I want to do is to get my annual brag in. And my brag is this. This is the 42nd year that we have done this, and I have been highly favored and blessed to have attended all 42 of them. Which is just a really nice way of saying he's old, y'all. We work with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Community Relations Committee, and one of our primary jobs is to promote community harmony here in Charlotte-Mecklenburg. And over the years, I have come to the conclusion that one of the best ways to promote community harmony is to be intentional about promoting police-community relations. Our police officers and our chief recognize that public safety is not just a job of police officers in this community. Public safety is the job of police officers and citizens actually working together, and that's what police community relations really is about. As I said, we promote community harmony, and as a part of that work, we want all human beings to understand that it is okay to be human with one another, that we have so much in common if we would just simply sit down, talk to someone, have a conversation with someone, invite someone who does not look like you out to supper or lunch, invite them over to your home for the weekend for a cookout, but we have so much in common. I met someone last week who said, if we were to get everybody, including everyone in this room, and if we were to shave all of your hair off, what we'd have in common is that we would all be bald, but we would all be bald. And we have that in common. So please remember that as you think about police community relations going forward. Oh, y'all finally got it. Thank you. We want to take this time to thank the following entities. Families of all the police community officers, would you please stand up and be recognized? We are so appreciative of you. We are so appreciative of you sharing your family members with us. And we recognize that the vast majority of police officers here in Charlotte-Mecklenburg are hardworking, decent, honest people who just want to get up in the morning, go do their job, and get back home safely to their families, just like the rest of us do. They are that kind of people. Let's also have all of the officers again to stand up, because this is really you and I. Officers, please stand up and be recognized again. And I would also like to give, again, special recognition to the Chief of Police. Johnny, you are one, and you're one in a million when it comes to police chief. Thank you for your great work. Again, we'd like to recognize all of our elected officials and those who are running for elected office this year. Would you please stand? This program could not go on without the sponsors, the financial sponsors of tonight's events. And they are the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Foundation. Thank you for your generosity. Truist, Food Lion, LLC, Piedmont Natural Gas, and WBTV. Burnett and Noble Fund, the Carolina Panthers, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Crime Stoppers, CPI Security Systems, Fast Signs, and Sonatrol Security Services. Let's give a big round of applause for all of them. And to all of our program participants tonight, thank you so much again for being here. And as usual, a special recognition for my good friend Donna Morrell, who makes this happen. Donna, I don't know if your parents are here tonight. Are they? Okay, they are not here tonight, but would you please let them know that I appreciate them allowing you to work with us. And I thank you to your husband, Gene, also. Thank you, Gene. We'd also like to thank the Police Community Relations Awards and Engagement Subcommittee members. If you are here, would you please stand? If you're a member of the Community Relations Committee, please stand and be recognized. And finally, my most heartfelt appreciation for the staff of the Community Relations Committee. Thank you so much. You are my family at work. Thank you so much. And once again, thank all of you for your attendance tonight. And we look forward to seeing you at our 43rd anniversary next year. Thank you so much.
That concludes the program, but we'd love to have all of the officers who won awards come back up and bring the award with you. We want to take lots and lots of photos. We want to show you the posters that the officers are going to get. Picture of each officer who received an award tonight. We want to make sure they get those posters, and we want to get lots and lots of photos. Please stay and enjoy the band. Otherwise, have a great evening.
Thank you.